Helena only pays heed to the song of the foreigner who takes her away across the water. But at the moment of love, a harsh voice and piercing bird scream surges from her lover's throat, and his flesh flares. Before her he stands as a naked flame, in his covering of air, a rapacious spirit, an incarnate bird.
Words like dreams drowned in the mirrors. Her tender breasts seem like flowers of a cotton tree that have just opened up.
There she lived. She was tall, impressive, and she didn't give herself to anyone, but they swore to her that he was divorced for a widower, I can't remember what. And she, in the end, wanted to, and all that ended up as it had to.
Besides,
you cut.
My story, I was telling you, while the highway goes following its symmetric pulse from the snail filled with soft memories. But there, when I saw the bottom of time and the open throat of dawn, where the root of the buried pendulum pounds astray through the exact, between the burning pages of the story of a knight errant, where the eyes chime the distances of mental planes, till the eyes without eyes chime in the air, unceasing blood-dry pulse, husks of words fall to the depth of time.
Bridges, skyscrapers appear again, the corroded eyelid opens, the unbearable temperature closes over lips already gnawed, which can't pronounce anything.
I did not know what to say. I could not pronounce anything. However, I escaped unharmed.
A woman has died. Her name is Lena.
The Puritans gathered around her green flame, cry out the extinction of such plagues. Drip, drop, drip, drop.
They bring birds, flowers of earth in their beaks for my heart, billowing away.
Governor Bedford, yes, we will plant starched breath. We will bring capital virtues. Indian chief, we will come with knives forged by the moon that travels from the green moon to oblivion. We will share this feast of heaven and bread.
Her father, anguished by the absence of his daughter, senses her distant sorrow and sails to the opposite shore where the bird spirit has imprisoned her. While the bird flies out to hunt for prey, they escape from that shore, but the bird sees that his love is being taken away and creates such a sinister storm that it pierces all through her heart. But the man can no longer row, and though he sees his shore, he feels that he will never arrive.
The flames of the water fill his mind with an inhuman violence, and seeking to placate the bird's fury, he casts his daughter to the waves. Something falls in the water.
You take her by the waist as a moon of lead. Together you enter a soft plain and you fall, but you cut.
And there's no one.
No one. Is it possible that you didn't hear it? No. It's just that...
In your mirror, you sketch your figure.
Who are you? Broken effigy of the night, restored in celluloid and TV.
In your gestures and in mine,
you cut.
With a pale, sunken chest, in its metal work, this city breathes its sleepy inhabitants, webbed to a hard wind. Birds of shuddering foam cry their flights amid the acid, convalescent time.
The noises grow, corroded heartbeats of saltpeter, kisses of aged shadow, owners of indefinite space. They appear, attached to instantaneous corpses that striding time leaves in our hearts.
On its table, then, the frightened iron of the city pulses. Its heart of staircases leads to an empty space. And there, in the dusty needs of daily things, move office workers, drivers, pedestrians, and so many others, the unending space of the prophetic drags.
With a fixed purpose, the street insists with its dense voice of concrete. Lights dance in their spent dimensions, and torn silence, heavy with soot and ghosts, cries incessant shatters of glass.
She who flared up at dawn, ascended like a newspaper in flames. It happened so long ago. Her breasts were made of water, like children enclosed in round pitchers. And upon awaking at dawn, do you remember? It was the beginning of our life together. Do you remember love? Love?
She shakes her head. and her gestures, the cream of an unstirred coffee, unsettled, those black half-moons beneath her eyes, and her hair, color of chestnut, with its hidden gray of concrete, the lady of dislocated ankles. Moments of love spent at uncomfortable hours in uncomfortable meetings, and a scurrying of genteel shame playing about her lips, so stung with night.
Fitted to her body as water to its bottle, already lost in her interior, newspaper torn by wind in her shredded words, draining into time, the night lady.
The small meal was left in the oven and the bed unmade, and dragging my clothes, unable now to carry them, my useless ankles, twisted pelicans at my feet.
In the bays of my eyes, the pilgrims disembark. The face of Columbus and other heroes appear on the water.
With her head tucked beneath her wing, the water flows. It is but its shadow, mimicking a seagull.
No, it is the light of the water, crumbling. It goes beneath itself. It goes above itself. No, it is the shadow of a bird flying down the stream.
Melania clings to the edge of the boat, her fingers already bloodless. Ashes of moonlight gather at her cheekbones. Her eyes echo the color of the earth. Now terror turns her father into that man.
My days are leaving me behind, and the fissures of my mind unfold. I don't want to carry so many old rags. I can no longer wash them. One more sea. I don't care to unstitch so many memories. Let the sea remain with its filled garments. I remain with my old rags. I only wished for a sea to bring me, another one to carry me away.
I cut.
Words like dreams are erased, like clouds on a piece of paper. I heap oblivion in my pockets. In telling my story, I unravel myself.
I know that though invented, I am here. I go from the number to the cable, telephone. From what veins are you born? The world hesitates in its heart, complete syllogism of gears. Its wave pulses. Ah, to die, to sleep, to dream, to awake. Dasmani extends his voice through the cable in a colorless and indecisive trance. His soul wakes up in the receiver.
Who is it? Asks a voice.
Dasmani, I answer.
I see the sun hang its clothes of antique honey between skyscrapers.
Dasmani, I have said.
I am sorry, but the number you have dialed is not a working number. Please check your directory and dial again. If you still have problems, an operator will come on the line to assist you.
All I want to know is who killed my mother? Who undid the sacred memory of my father?
I am sorry. We don't have that information.
Then who made me Dasmani?
I am sorry. We don't have that information. Please wait. An operator will assist you.
A tape recorder begins with a geometric voice of an actor. My voice begins. I know I must destroy the world, but I cannot remember why. I know I must destroy the world, but I cannot remember why.
Who grasps an axe of stone? She screams, and the tips of her fingers fall as the axe strikes them. From them comes time broken into hours. She screams, and the stumps of her fingers fall. From them memory and her insane beings are born. Leonia, covered with seaweed, is green beneath the waters. Her eyes are two rough stones. Her fingers are a vast absence of sun. Her body is made of water and salt, and the deadly lead of her blood covers her land, her home, and her father. Leonia, covered with seaweed, is green beneath the waters. Her eyes are two rough stones. Her fingers a vast absence of sun. Her body is made of water and salt, and the deadly lead of her blood covers her land, her home, and her father.
Her home and her father.
Our compliments to the writer, Nico's brother.